Good morning, everyone. Hello, welcome. We're working on this stuff still. We've made very good progress. Very, very good progress. I don't know. Impressive this is all to you all, but we've gotten the islands set up for baking. We can cut into them. What? Should be able to. What the heck? Huh, what changed? Set position. Set in the UV position. We have the hair geo object. Um, okay, why isn't it working? Ugh. We're in the messy part. Oh, there we go. Huh, okay. I'm not crazy. That wasn't working a second ago, right? Anyway, but now we can cut things. We can set things up, and we have margins. Oh, powerful. Now we can actually bake, and it looks really good. Kind of flickering here, but that's just because we're in this view. Go here, it looks a lot cleaner. And we can see that we can bake nicely. Now, the thing we're working on now is not all of these islands need to be seamless. So only cylinder hair objects will need to be seamless. They'll need the duplicates. So just to show you, this is with duplicates. If I turn the margins up, you'll see what I mean. So with duplicates, I don't really want, because they're so intense. But basically, we get these additional hair. This is taking the middle section, copying it to the side. We don't want that for all of them. We only want it for like a handful of them. Specifically this one. We're looking at this one. We want this one to have it, but not these ones. And the way we're doing that is trying to compare this attribute, this named attribute, see if it exists here. So we're trying to make this comparison statement. We want to say the range is a certain amount. Say compare greater than 0, 0, 1. Or less than, greater than. It's doing all of them, which I find surprising. I need to turn off these. True, 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 true. Oh, that's really handy. Okay, well, we see that it's pretty true for all of these. And if we're actually looking at this bevel weight value, some of them do have it right there. It's the maximum. The maximum. The maximum is what we care about. Because all of them are 0. We want any that are greater than or equal to 1. So if that's the case, very laggy. So review. Looking at that attribute, or actually, yeah, the sum is greater than 0. And why isn't it working? Okay, so so close to getting this right. Okay, once again, either this larger chunk should look square like this. That's what we're trying to get. The other ones we don't really care about. A little harder to tell at this view, so I'm going to turn this back up. But for each island, if the bevel weight attribute has a sum greater than 0, then or less than 0.1, okay, let me think about that, because what's true? What is true? If it's true, so right now everything's false. We have it set to false. Hello, Val. What else is true? If it's true, then we're not duplicating. If it's false, then we are duplicating. Okay. It's mildly confusing. I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna take these geonodes, unparent them. Good morning, Val. How you doing? How's your Tuesday going? And we're gonna swap these. This one here. This one here. This. Move these over and drop that geo into here. We don't really need all that. That looks a little cleaner. All right. So once again, false. True means we're duplicating. False means we're not duplicating. We're only duplicating if we're doing really good. We've got so much set up already now. So now we've got it so that we can do margins. So when we bake, we can fit each island into it. And now we're just trying to get the any of the cylinders be seamless, because that's really the final step. Okay. I get it. I get what's happening. I'm sampling the wrong spot. Sampling the wrong spot. It should be right here that I'm taking the geonode, the geometry. There we go. And if the max is greater than 0, then we swap. Oh, there we go. Nice. So now we can make perfectly seamless cylinders, and the tufts that don't need it are just fine. Oh, yes. Okay. I was just comparing at the wrong spot. All right, this is so messy. My God. What's going on here? Maka. Good morning, Arctic. And my morning is going great. Thank you, Val. Thank you for asking. I woke up and immediately locked on my computer so I could do this. For better or worse. I'm into it. I'm going to finish this custom booth for our improv community for the project. That's very exciting. Let's go. I'll have to pick your brain about upcoming festivals and stuff like that, because I'm totally out of the loop when it comes to that. let's get some nice frames in here so I can go ahead and remind myself later what I actually am doing in here. I don't really remember. I also volunteer for the project media team, so I got you covered on details there. The festival, that is, not details on the media team. Yeah, tell me about them. What is their favorite color? Oops. Okay, so here. I'm going to rename this duplicates for seamless fees. This is the offset duplicate offsets. Okay. Just how do I should be able to frame them. Add a frame. Frame selected. There. So this here is the attributes. Okay. Oops. Okay. This is actually just directly part of the same group here. So here. This is all the same stuff. Well, 0.8. I got it. Give me. Give me. All right, so we got our duplicates. This I don't need. I actually do not need to mesh the hair. Thankfully, that would be annoying if I did. And right here, this frame is the comparison. Duplicate selection. Right. Okay. Better. It's a little less chaotic. No, fully, but okay. Then this here is the margin. Very, very simple stuff here. Just deleting So, selected, and this is our margins. So create margins. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, much better. And all of that exists in our repeat node. Yeah. Okay, good. So now got a shit ton of hair. Okay, I think we're actually at a good point to first make a backup. And we'll call this free example rooms. And what? And what? Really don't need that much margins. Oh, there is one other thing I want. Yeah. Go back into here. So when we make an island, I would like to be able to scale the result. So scale elements. This. It's not helping. Oh. Scale instances. Interesting. So I can't quite do that. Well, I can actually scale I could do it here. But if I scale here, then it alters the original ones. But no matter what, I still have the correct UV map. So that's important because yeah, that would work. I could just because I have my UV map and I would just be scaling them just on this. All right. Okay. Right. There's a few other things we'll want to add. Because I want to be able to scale the islands, and then I also want the island duplication to only, right now I have them so that they're only getting duplicated along the x-axis. But that shouldn't be about the x-axis. It should be about the orientation of the island. Right? It should be, I should be able to rotate this island, and it would, even if it was like at 45 degrees, it would duplicate like that. So I need to figure out how to do that. Island duplication align with island. How to do that will be interesting. First, let's just do the scaling. That'll be easy. So I'll hop in here. We have the set UV position. It doesn't even do anything. I'm going to get rid of this button here. Boom. And we don't need it here either. Oh, okay. I don't need all of this tucked away in here. I'm going to copy this, go up, delete that, paste it here. Boom. Boom. All right. Then all I want to do is scale elements right here. And definitely want to be able to scale them on different axes. Gotcha. So we can scale in this direction. This. So this would be scale Y. And then we'd also want one to scale X direction. Like that. Okay. So take our group input. God, I am not copying that. Gotta use Shift D more often. And so this scale here, and then scale here. So say, and this is, I should swap these. It's just OCD, but I want the X first. So scale X, and scale. Okay. And so now, if I need to adjust my island sizing, I can do that. Hello, Nogviolent. Welcome back. Wow. We're still working on our hair stuff today, or this morning. Getting it all situated. Okay. Now we're continuing work on our hair card creator. So this system that I have here creates hair strands based on geometry, which is very, very useful because making hair grooms with this default hair groom system in Blender is a huge pain. So what I've done is I've created a system so that it hooks it up to the geometry you create, and you can go ahead and you can add top body physics to it. Gonna move it around and stuff. It's a little laggy if I do it by hand, but you get the idea. But it's just a much faster way of working than using the standard hair grooms. Using Blender, yes, this is all Blender in here. Geometry nodes is the system I'm using, and they've been adding tons of geometry node stuff the last few years, and it's great. It's awesome. It is an insanely powerful system. And right now, and then also, so you can model them, and I'm making a system so that you can bake them too, which which I think is cool. So you can set it up, add all your little effects for like frizz and anything like that. You can slap it all together and bake it. Thank you. Thank you. I realized too, you could really make this very additive rather than doing this matter right now. But um, is the duplication working still? I feel like it's not. I just got a gut feeling on that one. Is the margins getting cut? Is it duplicating properly? It's always hard for me to tell because we have our little comparison here. Which doesn't appear to be making any difference. Okay, this happened last time too. It's just bugged. Oh no, it's off. I would do it too. Okay, so we're still cutting the margins. We're getting all of them there. But it should just be only a few. Okay, yeah. So this one didn't change. Ah, we're good. We're good. We're good. It is working. And to verify. What else do I need? I don't think I need too much more because now I can go in and scale the islands if I need. So if they're need a, we can cut the margins, but now we can also scale the islands a little bit to just make sure they fit in the strands. I suppose having this on a vertex group would actually be way easier. Oh, and that's awesome. You can just feed a vertex group right in. Huh, I didn't even think of that. So you can, because it's just a scale value and it's open to a vertex group right here. You could just look it up and feed it in. Ha, cool. All right, well, that's awesome because that means you have complete control over how much these scale. Sort of. On a value of 0 to 1. But are you going to scale them bigger? Probably not. You're too professional. I want to understand. Sorry, it's taken me a while to learn this, and I'm definitely kind of under the hood, so to speak. You know, we're in the guts of this stuff. So, but I will be selling this, so you're always welcome to purchase it and take a look yourself. See how I put it together. But I think it's going to be a very, very useful tool. And I'm very excited to just use it myself. For me, it's been 2 years. 2 years of learning Blender. That's awesome. That's awesome. What direction are you hoping to take it? Are you doing characters or VFX or something? I can put the strand amount right here. Do I even need the strand amount vertex group? I don't think I do. No, I do, because I still need to say it should be this much, but tweaked by this. Okay, good. All right, yeah. Are you what are you making in Blender? Ooh. if that's what you mean by 2 years. And if we go to render, so if I wanted to bake these, no, not that. It should be, yeah. What are you making right now? Should have. Okay, very cool. This one, render layers. Aha, normal. Want to get back to my world so bad. Been on hold ever since rain dance rehearsals picked up pace. Well, I mean, kind of a good problem to have, I suppose. But that was stylized, so I'm looking for references. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I've been excuse me. I've been really wanting to get into making some modular interiors for like some farmhouses, like D&D farmhouse building type of stuff. So we'll probably be doing that later this week, actually. Um, pretty pumped about it. Glad I didn't have to do some weird render layer stuff to make that happen. This is actually a pretty good system. Um, okay, well, let's see. If I turn on normal position, actually, for use in D&D to like 3D print or to make D&D like locations in VR, the latter. The latter. I think the 3D print would be a good benefit. Like I will make those for sale if I can, but the main goal is the VR side of things. I'm much more interested in that um, on a personal level. UV texture UV pass. That's interesting. I don't know what that means. All right, we'll just try these ones. And let's make sure our film is transparent. Got a few medieval towns and castle packs for sales on Unity. They're nice. Good. Good. Yeah, I'm hoping to make something like that. I may just end up purchasing. It kind of depends on my end goal, how quickly I want to get there. Um, but I'd love to start doing more because I was doing that a few weeks ago, and then I had to kind of transition to back to commissions. But now with classes and kind of that kind of direction that I'm taking myself, I think I should have a lot more time for personal, not personal projects, but it's kind of professional personal projects, the fun stuff. But I'd love to, kind of get people excited about D&D and VR and also make assets for it and stuff. So that's the goal. Especially in Resonite. I think Resonite's the perfect. Being wanting to use them in a project, but it's hard to do the optimizations needed when there's like a dozen other materials and textures instead of a handful I have to work with. Fair. Very fair. Maybe we should go on exteriors. Um, I'm not sure what your end goal is, Nog Violin. Um, if you're making like for a game or for a VFX and stuff. But if you are making them for games, I definitely recommend making little modular systems, more like a Lego set. Like make yourself a Lego set, because then you can make a bunch of houses if you give yourself like a little palette of items. Okay, I do want to see how this renders out, so let me just hit that real quick. Ooh, interesting. All right, I have the compositors a little weird right now because I was doing that other render layer thing. I don't need this anymore. I just want this one. Also, like products, 100%. I mean, if you make it modular, then other people can use it. Tough choices. Also, I don't want to need to make everything I need. Well, yeah, I think uh yeah, not the challenge is like, purchasing assets, usually they were made for just slightly a different use case. Um tough to juggle that sometimes. Um just yeah, I'll just hit the 1 um render animation. I should have position. So many good looking sets, but not set up for the optimizations I need as a female. Oh, this is the composite. Okay. Guess which products I will start with? Clothing? I don't know. No, I want the position. Where did the position go? Oh, there it is. Hello, Pixie, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh, yeah. We got normal baking going. Exciting. Means we can use file output to what a lot of girls like to use these days, guns. What is the default normal color? No, I'm not sure. Makeup. Ah, smart. Very smart. Um, Substance Painter would probably be a very good, make some Substance Painter materials in there. Um, Default, normal, color. There we go. Perfect. Is a light blue. 128, 128, 255. So I suppose 0.5, 0.5. Okay. I'm not sure what you were saying. What about, or what your question is there? Oh, sorry. I mentioned the uh, Substance Painter. Um, Substance Painter is very useful because you can make like different types of makeup. You can make like foundation and mascara and stuff, and you could have these just kind of each little discrete pieces instead of like just an image going over. You could actually like make makeup, or it'd be more akin to actually making makeup. Oh, look at those beautiful strands. Beautiful strands. Let's turn up the sampling amount. And we'll set GPU denoise on. Just want to speed this up a little bit. Then I should be able to pull out the ambient occlusion render layer. Yes. 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 Let's see that. Render. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. Is that texture for hair? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we're making a. Not only is this hair we're baking, but I've created a system to replace standard Blender groom, is usually the term used for it, but making hair. Not only have I made a system so you can use mesh to make hair cards, or to make hair for like VFX, you can also bake them into hair cards. So best of both worlds here. I'm pretty excited because I think it's something I've really wanted for a while. So I'm excited to kind of get it out and get it shared. Cool, because we can set up a few different bakers here. I think if I put slash, double slash, I can't remember. Let me delete that. We'll go here to, and we'll go to 2024. Yeah, put it in here. Personal artworks, hair geonodes, make a renders folder. And in here, we'll call it hair testing underscore. So, and then if I make a file output node, yeah, okay, good. It actually has my full name and stuff. So we'll save this one here. We'll call it normal. We'll take AO, that right there, call it AO. AO. And then it's a little hard to see over there. And then we'll just do, of course, the standard color use. Well, I'd rather have it named properly. So. And would there be anything else? I suppose glossiness or smoothness would be nice. Let's do one render, see what it comes out as. Looks good though. Beautiful. So now when I go to that folder, It makes a folder for each of them? Okay, I guess I don't understand how that's working then. Okay, I see. So this is a folder. So it should be hair testing underscore slash another slash, or let me see that. Blender file output node. Good for me. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this node uses a base directory and image name. By default, the output of an image output path is composed of base path slash file name dot extension. So wouldn't need another slash though. Or is it a forward slash? Dot AO score. This is not the system. Try that really quick. Render animation. I make folders for everything from references to textures and even Ninjago screenshots. Not Ninjago. Ooh. Some things I make in Blender, I screenshot them and put in folders. Well, the file output is great. I'm still learning about it, but it is a very fantastic tool. Let me figure my video. And now, why did I close this folder? It still made another folder. I don't understand how that should be named. Let me look up a tutorial really quick. Oh, the heck is that? Like a 4 fucking pixel video. There we go. Yes. File output. Show me. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's way easier. So I can go here. Do you do Blender for fun? I do this professionally, I suppose. I make VR chat avatars mostly, but 99% of the time I'm in Blender. Folders like those are what you, for like when you make something, I will get mixed up in other files. Yeah, I definitely tend to get things mixed up, honestly. Huh. How did he do that? Add input. Where? Is that only for TIFF? No. Add-on? I guess I have to add the export node first. Okay, so I can go here. Oh, I get it. I get it. So this does just make a folder. Hair test. This only makes a folder. And then, well, no, still don't get it. Like I should be seeing more options here. Here. Bam. File output. Like something's being unsaid here. Easy as throwing an empty plate that was supposed to be filled with cake, trying to hide from your parents. I suppose so. um, this is fine, just hair testing right here. File extension, placeholders. What the heck? Why don't I have these options? That's old.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first quick tip tutorial of 2020. My name is Paul, and in this label, which they're now keep in mind we are in style enable and not surfaces or anything. Okay, and now this is going to be the folder in which it renders all of our image outputs. Now, of course, you'll see that it's only got one input, and we need several. We don't want to duplicate this file output a lot. How do we find it? Well, thanks to the commenter. All we have to do is hit the N key to get our right-hand property.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong menu. And node properties. Gotcha. Okay. There we go. All right. That's pretty easy. I was looking at this and I was thinking I should be looking here. All right. Yeah, that should be fine. And then we can add all the stuff. So we go here. We can say, well, first let's clean up that folder. Why do I keep closing it? Renders. I'm just going to delete everything in here. This. And this. Okay, nice and clean. And then we'll say hair test. Sam, I'm thinking about using it as reference in Blender, or should I still leave it in Snip and Sketch to look at in the model like that, or what do you think? I think that either way is fine. Like there's no wrong way. But if I was going to be making something exactly, like I was going to be making it one-to-one, I'd put it in Blender so I could just model over the image. If you're going to be exact, you might as well just use your reference as a blueprint. Input. And no. Right. Oh, no, oh, right. Like a set, like a kit, things are covering some of the models. I would just do what you can. Your main concern is just making sure you're making things that are sized to reality. Blender uses meters as its measurement system, so I would just be making sure that you're making things that match reality. But I think other than using reference, you're just kind of eyeballing it. You could also always look at an image and then make a little drawing in Blender with like grease pencil or something to just get the basic placement of things, and then kind of go from there. Let's try rendering one more time. Face purple crying. What? There's one thing I don't even care about, never cared about, but now I'm singing it. I'm not sure what I was singing. Or what, making it size to reality. If you're going to put it into VR, it's very important because it's not, you can always tweak things later. It's not like you have to get everything perfect at the start, but saves you a lot of time later. All right, cool. Look, our image is coming out really nicely. Getting some nice ambient occlusion, which is always good. And the normals look pretty good, I think. I hope. I suppose I'd want to alpha mask this out. I don't think I actually want. No. Yeah, no, because the diffuse should have the transparency, which it does. This is transparent background. Okay. Good. All right, that works out well. Now we've got quite a few different little maps made. Little baker setup. Excuse me. Cool. So we can bake things out and adjust the materials. So the way I normally do it is to leave it in snip and sketch. Ooh. So since some models are covered, I might do that. Sounds good. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. One moment, everyone. Everything's pink. Gotta check your materials. All right, so now we can bake. We can export multiple images quite easily. What we do want to update now is a little bit of a more difficult thing to do. I mean, the colors of my makeup set? Gotcha. I do need to, I'm going to turn off the margins, basically. And then go into the hair geo. We take this and rotate it. We can see that these elements here on the duplicates, they are flying off to the side. We don't want. I want to be able to get a direction, which I think we can do because we get a direction from the root to the tip. So direction, we'll have a strand. Actually, I can draw this here. Hello, Hanma, welcome. Me weed. Where'd all my money go? Oh, I smoked it. We can get a direction this way from the tip or the roots to the tip. And then we should be able to get a perpendicular direction. That should be good. That should be exactly what we need. Smoking money away isn't all that bad. At least I got this. And to do this, we're going to go into our geo node. How's your day going, Hanma? What are you up to? We're doing some complicated geo node stuff. Terrible. I have a networking course and I need a huge log. Don't be. The positions, bounding box is just some global position. It doesn't retain anything. We want to get the root and tip. Root and tip. We'll take the geometry here, and we're gonna delete geometry that is not either the tip or the root. So we'll take these and we'll compare them. Say equals 1. We'll just say integer equals 1. And then same thing here. So we get the root and tips, and then we want a Boolean math of 4. So we stick these in here like that. And now we've gotten our geometry, I think. And then we now need to invert that because we did delete the top and bottom. But that's not quite what we want now. It's gonna break the skibbity. In real note, things are a bit difficult. A lot of issues with getting a job, and I'm hella in debt, so I've been crying and hoping shit goes away. Well, I wish you well. Certainly understand that. Definitely tough. I've gotten done for benefit fraud because I sold models through PayPal. Now I owe a lot. Gotcha. Receiving benefits and then making a bit of money. That's always puts people in a difficult position. I would say you might be able to get that. What would be the word? Uh, Forgiven. Um, if you tell them that, like, hey, I just actually had no idea. But you'd have it's probably a long. I'm not sure how similar it is to the Social Security stuff here. Um, but sometimes they'll give you forgiveness, so I would reach out to them. Um, Definitely worth your money to try to get that forgiven. Um, Debt went up by 300 pounds. Dang. Now I'm done with the background. Let's go. Very bad situation. Well, I'm wishing you well. You know, you have a pretty big community online. You know, I would do what you can to get support through them, or uh, that might be a good way to go to get some help. Don't want to be a beg. Fair. Um, but it doesn't have to be begging. You could also just find ways to offer value, or do a product or event or something like that. And let's flip this now. So we want not equal, not equal. Oh. Oh, actually, we just add these. If I do this one, we get the bottom. And if I do this one, we get the top. I would like both, please. I guess we just take the geometry and delete it twice. That'd be simpler. See. Like that. Take the same geometry, delete it, like so, and then take this and join geometry. And now we've got something going. Okay, good. Actually, we'll do one more thing before this as well, which I think is scale to 0 and merge by distance. Scale elements, edges to 0, and merge distance. Boom. Boom. Okay, now we got a bunch of little points. Okay, good. So now that we've done that, we want to take the top and bottom point and get a direction. So what we want is the position of the first one and the position of the second. So we can capture attribute here, here, and both of these will be position. And those go in here, they're vectors. Okay, so now we have the two vectors. I don't need to join them. I don't need this geometry at all after this, but I guess we'll delete it. Join and then delete. The viewer here. How's my student doing? I don't think I asked. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We're making a hair system. So I'm quite excited about this. So I don't like Blender's hair system. I think it's really bad. But what we can do is you can create an actual system to make hair in based on geometry instead of the hair groom system. So we can take the stuff, move it around. Should have physics. Oh wait, we need actually time frame. It's got physics and stuff, and so you can really easily model and make hair. But then most importantly, you can bake it, which is what we're doing right now. We're getting the baking stuff set up. Pretty pumped. Very pumped. Well, thank you. Right now we're trying to figure out how I can take the geometry. Right now, when I rotate this, we lose the edges. They kind of fly off. So we have to get a direction from our geometry and then offset it in that direction instead of just randomly. Yeah, let's offset. We'll basically put a vector in here. Because right now we've gotten the tip and bottom of this. We can see our little tip and top. And we got their positions. So now with their positions, use vector map. We're going to go from the tip, excuse me, to the root, like this. So now we have that direction. After we separate the XYZ, and then recombine them, find XYZ, as I don't want the Z value, I just want X and Y. I guess I could have done that after, but I feel better about it doing it before. Never saw the rest of your cave thingamajiggy. I uploaded it, so it is now up on my Gumroad. I have it here, my cave generator. And I even made a little animation. Oh, you know what? I don't think I added it to my video here. This is just the, if you go to my YouTube, we can do this here. Yeah, it's like a minute-long little video showing it off. Very pleased with how that came out. Post that in chat. But yeah, just showing it off. I think it came out pretty good. I like how everything looks. There's some nice lighting. It's a little rough on the animation side, but that's just because I'm learning it. Yeah. Pretty pleased with that. Then he walks over here. He's like, oh, look at the ceiling. Wow. I love ceilings. Oh, shit, I'm gonna die. And he dies. If you ever touch Blender, Rule 34 is gonna kill me, or make you a lot of money. But the smoke is my favorite part. Look at that. Smoke. Very good stuff. Anyway. Smoke. I guess I'll take this, move it over here. So I can put this join geometry on this side. here, and then feed in these two. I guess I'll copy it again. Just want it to be a little bit cleaner. There we go. So then we can pass that stuff along and get rid of it so we don't lose our values. Me and particles love each other. I mean, you can sell those. I would put those up on Gumroad. Now I'm done with one and only one product from the kit. Still got 9 more to model. Let's go. Let's go. Now we can rotate on this 90 degrees. Ooh, the center point. And I don't know. But if I have a direction, oh, it doesn't matter. It's just a direction. It doesn't matter where the center is. Then I should be able to offset it. We just have this distance. Right here I created a vector, because we just have the offset. This is the vector we're using. So we don't want this vector. We want this one. I guess we should normalize it. Cheeks is working and hurting my jaw cheeks. Trying to chew gum to concentrate. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself just to concentrate. I found that my secret for concentration is exactly what I'm doing right now, which is streaming. That's my brain hack. Cheek. Okay, so we've got our vector. We want to scale it. So let's drag this out, scale. And the scale will be our offset value, which we then feed into our offset. And let me turn this way up so we can still see it. Go to our hair geo. Hair geo. Hair geo. Interesting. Not sure if that's working at all. You have to do it both ways. Oh, and then of course put in the right vector. And put this in the offset. Pretty sure that should work. No. I don't see it coming off, so I think it is working. Oop, not set that to one. Wait, shouldn't be deleting anything. What is getting deleted there? Why is it doing like a scanning? Interesting. I might need to max this at 1. The margin shouldn't be any bigger than the square. So, yeah, we'll go up. to our value here, and we'll say max. I think that's ridiculous. Time to go pet some kitties. See ya later. Oh, enjoy your. I would love to be petting some cats right now. Now it's hurting my eye sockets, but I'm blowing gum. I don't want to spit it out. Can't blame the pain on anyone else. So here, put this. Uh-oh, I broke something. I don't know what it is. Something is broken. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, let's get rid of this for a second. We've got our offset. I can see it here. See that duplicate. We're just going to focus on one right now. The scale, 1. I have it normalized, so it should just be a direction times. Let's get rid of scale, and we'll use multiply. Vector math, I think it's the same, but just in case. So we have our vector. That we're looking to move in this direction. We have a position. We created a direction by subtracting those two positions from each other, the top and the bottom. And then and the geometry we're grabbing. Here we go. That's probably the issue right there. Is we're not using the separate geometry. We need to take out this separate. So this would just go straight across. This would go here. Delete that, remove the selection, go up. We're going to separate the geometry here based on this value right here. I mean, this geometry right here. Well, then we get our bounding box offset, and then we don't want that geometry. We want this one. There, one more separating. So looking at it over here, should see, yeah, we got 2 points here and here. Good. Right, so now we have a slightly more correct direction. All right. I clear the viewer. Node Wrangler. help. All right, so back to the hair geo. Hair geo. Ah, yes, it is on. Hair geo. Okay, so we do this. We know we're duplicating, but there's no offset happening is the issue. So put this back in. And looking at the offset right here, we can see that's what we want to offset. We're flipping it, so it should be right about there. So we should see a very sharp border. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for sharp border if it's working properly, which is definitely not right now. And we can see we can move it just with this vector, which is important. And the offset really should work because we have a direction. No, we need the position. We need our current position of our object. So should have no, because it could be any position. We just need to know we're here. We want to go there by that much. That should be it. Let's try that scale one more time. Do vector map scale. Now we're scaling by the offset amount. This direction. Yeah, we should see something like that. It's moving. I guess when we're at the very beginning over here, when we have our edges, see right here, have our edges. We have the top and the bottom edge. We then scale to 0, then merge to a point. We then get the position, we then pass the position. So 0, 0. Should not be 0. Interesting. At this point, we should just have one vertex. We do have one at this point in there. That's correct. I mean, this is working, right? So these are correct. And here we join them. But we're not joining them here, are we? Why would they be considered joined at this point? Because of the join geometry node. They're kind of getting evaluated at that same time. And the position is correct. We can see that these two vertices are in the right spot. Whoa. Let me just do the scale like this. Manually adjust the scale, because we should see it moving by doing this, at least in any direction. One vertex with a position, and another vertex with a position. All right. And here, they're gone. It shouldn't be an unknown value. Very known value. Vector point. I don't think I need the capture attribute. It should just be the position. Should see at least some change just by doing this. So that's, perhaps the scale is wrong. And we just do supply. That's the same. That is literally the same thing as scale. Okay. Again, anything like that we should at least see some movement happening there. Oh, what am I doing? This is completely disconnected now. Okay. Hmm. These 2 points. Read position. Then how do I extract it? I understand why I can't do what I just did. Clearly. But I think everything up to this point is working fine. Looking at the stats, I do have what I want. I just am not sure how to extract that data and get it over here. Because we have these 2 positions. I can see them right there. know I have the position there. I want to go from here to there, here to there. I guess I could make a line and then turn it into a curve. I could do a mesh line with curve line would be better. Because I have this, and then take again, get that capture attribute here and here with the vector position. At least this way I'll be able to visualize what's happening. And I can put the start and the end. Interesting. Because it's a field? Look at the position of index 1. Position, index positioning, index position. Sample index. Okay, that's probably what I want. Then I can take this, feed in the geometry. Pass this along. We can take each geometry of index 0, give it the vector position, and then just put these in here. Now we should have a line. Yes, we have a line. Finally. Okay, but I guess this is what I wanted before anyway, so maybe I don't need the line at all. So now I know I'm sampling the correct positions. And I can pass along, and now I should have a actual vector now. And if I scale it, we can put it into the offset. Yes. Yes. All right, so now we have an actual vector. Okay. I have to remember that. Sample index, very useful. So we want to rotate it. We want to take that vector, rotate vector on the z 90 degree. Now it should go left to right. Yes, it does. Perfect. Then we should be able to put in the offset. That looks right to me, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it's normalized, so it should just be taking in this exact value. All right, and then duplicate, drop this here, multiply by -1, and put the set here at the same vector in here, and then into this one. Okay, I think that's working. And now, when I go to my UV map, we're definitely getting duplicates on the edge. When I rotate it, oh, it's still moving though. That's the exact same problem I was having before. Funny. Okay, why is that? Well, should be no z value, so it's just flat at 0. We're rotating it along the z axis. So z axis for sure. Let's try that again. It's still not quite what we want. If I make a mesh line again, so, or actually curved line, would be better. Let's slap this in here and look at it. Okay. Oh, well, that would certainly do it. Why is it that edge? Not, shouldn't it be? Can I do that? But it certainly should not be this edge. It should be the same edge. It should be so we're getting the index, but we're separating this out. So we should be getting the right geometry, which is all just really quick, if I delete this, and I was going to go to here and rotate this one, they also move. Okay. So not the issue then. Issue is still, again, our rotation. Just keep it disconnected for now since I've already brought it back twice. So it's got to be this one. I think this is the problem right here. It's trying to rotate it. Let's say vector align Euler to vector. Rotation to a vector. So 1. Line the z-axis with the vector. I don't think that's it either. Something's telling me. But we're in the right. We do have the right distance. We can confirm, looking at this, that we've got a square, right? This is a square. So that's good. That is a very good sign. Right here, this square. That's good. We want that. We're just moving the wrong direction. So perhaps instead of normalizing and stuff like that, or we can still normalize, how about the tangent vector math tangent. You know, what if I just swap these? No. It's a fun idea, but no way. Upstar, hope I'm not too late. Do not worry about being late. Welcome. Hello. Good morning. And hello, Sky. Don't forget to like the stream. Thank you, Popstar. We're still in the midst of our hair groom. We're very close. We made a lot of progress yesterday, so we got all the islands set up, and we can actually cut them too. So I have a margin now where I can actually slice into them, which is awesome. I still will probably want the option to turn them into geometry for the normals. So they get a little wibbly wobbly when we're deleting the curves. And this should be maxed at 1. Should be maxed at 1. Anyway, so figuring stuff out slowly but surely. Right now we're trying to, because we need to create, in order to get seamless edges, I need to be able to duplicate this and move it. We're close. I'm able to move them somewhat, but not quite correctly, not the right direction. How do you call this way of making hair? I guess I've been referring it to as a mesh groom, like a mesh hair groom. I feel like that makes sense. Yeah. Thought it was hair cards. Basically, that's one part of it. But the main point is to be able to model hair differently. And I realized that because I can model it, I can bake it, which allows me to make hair cards. So vector math notes. So cross product. What is the cross product? Two vectors. Perpendicular. Okay, so that is what I want. I just want the cross product. I mean, it sounds like what I wanted, so. So we want vector math cross product. And then we stick that in there. And now, just to confirm, I'm just going to adjust the scale. Shit. Shit. Maybe this should be 1 and 1. Oh, I'm foolish. I see what went wrong. It should be this. We feed these in there. Then we normalize it. That's not quite what we want. In a couple of years, we will play Blender Jeopardy. I thought it was hair calls. I call it mesh group. Interesting. What if I set these both to 1? That was my thought a second ago. Oh, that's so close. So close. From the top and bottom, it's perfect. So actually, I just need to separate XYZ again. This is definitely not the most efficient way to do this, but that's okay. And we just do this. Ho ho, we fucking did it. Let's go. Okay. All right. This cannot be the most correct way to do this, but we did it. So basically, clarify what's happening here. Some chunks, if my mesh has a cylinder in it, which it does, right here, I need the edges to be seamless when they bake. In order to do that, I have to duplicate the chunks with here. So this chunk here matches seamlessly with these chunks. Math. Now, selected. And this will be the, oh, actually, moment of truth. Did I actually do it? Yeah, did. Perfect. Chunks make matching chunks. And we'll call this one UV Island Direct. How about making the edges for the hair card? Well, hello, Penan. Welcome. Like that. And just put the scales back in here. Move this over a little bit so it's a little bit more organized. It's a little messy in here. A little messy. Right. Now it's looking a little bit nicer. It's all visual stuff that I'm doing right now, but yeah, it feels good. It feels good. Something like that. Convoluted. Convoluted. We can definitely go in and clean that up, but we'll do that later. Okay, cool. So now, what? Now we've got our hair. Got the hair geo. Which I do think should have a toggle, whether or not it's actually doing anything. So let's go in here. We'll make a little switch node. Drop right here. So if it's true, then we'll put this one in here. And if it's false, we just go with that. And we'll take this and we'll call it a enabled UV position. UV position. Sure. So we can turn it on or off. And that way I don't have to touch the render settings. A little bit easier that way. And then in here, probably do the same thing as well. Mesh hair groom baker. No, this should just not be, you should just not have this on your stack. If you don't want it. If you're not baking, get rid of it. And it's good to see, we're adding duplicates, but when I turn it on or off, much of it does not change. Most of it stays in the same spot. Spot. Good. Okay. So now we can see our hair clumps. Hair clumps. Cool. Cool. I had a little object constraint it was attached to earlier, just to like show it moving. Interesting. I don't have the hair baker on. Why is it wiggling like that? No wiggle. Should not be wiggling like that. Might be this. Darn. Okay, we got another problem on our hands. Another bug to hunt down. And that must be in my main chunk. So seems to me like it's still wiggling there. That's before we even have the strands, so. Tell. Resampler is just count, so that's good. Something else I'm missing. I do have these split edges, but it's not even on right now. It's just feeding it straight across, so it shouldn't affect anything here. It's spinning though. But it's just spinning, it's not regenerating. Let me take the constraint, make it smaller. so there's a little less movement. Interesting, it's just spinning them. Is that just the cloth? Oh, okay. My good. My geonodes are fine. It is the cloth that's causing them to spin. Cloth modifier. They're literally just wiggling with the movement of the object. I don't want them to spin like that though. It'd be preferable that they do not. I go to weight paint. I can see the pin group. I would expect. I would expect better behavior from this than it has right now. But that the top was not fully weighted. Okay, let me try that again. So if I grab the top here, we assign the pin at full value. About this one. Move. Interesting. Okay, so an important distinction with this process is that the first two edges should have maximum pin. Because if they rotate, then the root rotates and it spins the whole curve. Which is only a problem on the cylinders, which is interesting. Or no, maybe these are also pinned maximally. Doesn't seem like that to me though. Should be able to see the vertex weights. Yeah, I am. I have to see that. Pinned. One. Okay, yeah. It's because they are pinned at one on the second strand. That's why they're not moving. If I did this and removed it from the pin, we would expect that one to also spin, which it is. The only way to fix that, I think, would be to enforce a global alignment. I mean, Kerr, sorry, brain is not brainy today. You're fine. It's moving. All right. Okay, so that is more of a issue with, I don't think there's too much I can do about that because the curve is always going to try to align with those two bottom points, like a hinge. You know, so the root, the pin will always need to have those first two edges completely pinned. Otherwise, it's going to try to rotate with them. As long as those are pinned, like those are the ones that never move, then it should always behave nicely. So that is kind of the struggle with this like little bit of with making these systems is like what should be manual, what should not be manual for them. A little bit of a struggle. As well, just like the clock sim behaves very differently with structure. So I need to find some good physics settings to turn up that quality. And we'll maybe make them a little bit heavier, one kilogram. That's too heavy. 0.3 is fine. Tension, 0. Compression, 0. Oh, that's interesting. All right, not 0 on that one. Keep it at 15. I don't know, actually, maybe just 5. Damn me. No internal springs, no pressure, no shrinking factor. Oh, sorry, I totally missed your question there, Popstar. What about a way to manipulate the shape of the hair similar to paths? It's very similar. It's just just as similar between like making a cylinder from a mesh versus making a cylinder from a curve, from like a Bezier curve. Linear. Oh, interesting. Stretching so much. But I like the linear a lot better. We just could do with a little bit less stretching. Oh, interesting. Wait. Yeah, actually, the linear bending model looks really good with this. That looks a lot more like hair. All right, nice. Let's work with curves too. You can always, technically, you can make curves with them. Maybe I'll throw that in there too. That one's definitely a little bit more straightforward. Can you make curly hair? Yes. There's a few ways to do that. First, you could actually just model the curls with this method. And you can just make like a tube that curls, which is one of the huge benefits. So it's like standard hair grooms don't have tilt, but because you can make a face, then you inherently have a direction with your curves. Yeah, that looks really good. um, uh, but for a Bezier curve to do it, Bezier curves aren't too bad. I mean, honestly, can I just add it directly? Because it is already a curve. If I just add asset browser, and I drop the duplicate on this. Yeah, you can just use Bezier curves as curves, as hair curves, it seems. So there's no, you can just work with them in a standard way. Let's see, if I went to item radius, I guess the radius isn't, does not affect it. Interesting. The tilt also does not affect it. So it's a little more limited, but you do have the option to just use these as well. Let's see. If I go in here and we add a geonode, we call this curve groom. You do lose a little bit of benefits from using this method if you use curves, because you lose the simulation and you lose the ability to UV map them, as well as curves are a little bit notorious. I personally don't like working with curves because the way they rotate, the way they automatically rotate themselves is really annoying. It doesn't, it's really not how I prefer to work. But it is possible. It is definitely possible to use. You could do a curve groom and go in here, and instead of using duplicate, as long as I spline type, I don't know why it's not retaining the radius though. It's interesting. It should have it. I'm not going to mess around with that right now, but definitely possible. Definitely possible. All right, I think we're at a really good point now. The only sadness with the cloth simulation is that it does not animate a single strand. Oh, wait, what am I saying? It does. What am I thinking of? Oh, the collision. If I add a UV sphere and I add a collider, it only hits the other ones. It doesn't hit the individual strand. It's all the other ones. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. But I think that's totally fine, because if the purpose is to add vertex colors and to be able to bake them, then you don't really want to use a single strand. The only really important part is that you use weight paint. I select this one, and I say strand vertex group set to 0.1. We get less strands on there, which is good. So if I set it to 0. Remove. I guess that's as few as I can get with having a duplicate node on here. Yeah, it's based off this one. Okay. I would like the texture in Substance. It's a good one. I just got rid of all my Adobe subscriptions because I was a little upset with Adobe. But Substance Painter is a great program. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Looks easy enough to modify. It should be. Should be. Definitely one of the selling points, I think. It better be. If I go in and we'll turn down the strand amount, because I'm going to add to this a subdivision surface. That way we can really get some easy to edit stuff. Hello, G Quarky, welcome. Fine from Steam works fine for me. Oh, I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with the software, just the parent company. All right, things are looking good. Things are looking good. I think I would want over time to develop a few other. I really hate that. It's like I do join. Split this way. Bam. Bam. Yeah. I don't want it to move this side. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Yeah, for some reason anyway. That's better. All right, very good stuff. But over time, I will probably want to develop my own set of duplication because I have a lot of. I would like to have it so that the duplicate hair curves is a little lessened. It's not as strong. Let's take a look at it really quick. What's in here? Random vector per curve, random disposition. Interesting. Tangent space of root point, tangent space per point. Duplicate the curves. Separate components. Mesh curve point cloud volume instances. Interesting. Using this with curves is not recommended. I would not. I would not. If you're going to use any sort of curve system, I would just use the standard groom system, which is kind of what I'm looking to replace. Yeah, the curves, again, hard to UV map, hard to, you can't use vertex colors. Yeah, and you can't simulate them directly. All right. I mean, this works pretty well. Works pretty well. I think you just close the radius a little bit. Just that shape. turn up my strand amount. Ooh. Okay. Subdivision is a no-go. No, what's that? What is that? Is that from my? Where is that coming from? From the duplicate. That's probably just, they're just all just bunched up. Gotcha. They're all just on top of each other. Okay. Gotcha. But how good can we make the hair look is the thing, I wonder. Just limited by modeling skills. Oh yeah, because then I can duplicate frizz, or I could add another if I wanted to taper it more. I can do clump. I can clump them. That's what I'm looking for. Very cool. All right. And we have the factor as a vertex group. So cool. Okay. That's so useful. Everything can be controlled with a vertex group. That's actually amazing. I don't even have to change. I don't have to make my own custom versions to have them use a vertex group because it's all just built in right there. Oh, that's so handy. Okay, so if I wanted to, for example, change the clump, I could make a new vertex group called clump, and we'll grab just this one. Paint mask. Do it along here. And that way, I go here and look at my clumpiness. It should be the only one that clumps. Because I have it here. Boom. Nice. That's going to give so much control. Fuck yeah. I don't know how to set it back. Oh, there we go. This toggle. So rather than just controlling one, you control all of them. And you can do that for every single group. Anything, any attribute you care to control, got it. You can do stuff like this too. Tip spread. I could go in, make a group. Actually, I'll just, for this case, I'll just duplicate this one. Spread. Go in here. And drop that right in. Spread. So it's just that one. So handy. Wow. Okay. And then if we wanted to paint it out, I could turn the weight down to 0, turn the strength just a little, kind of, not that much, or maybe we'll do some more over here. Here. This guy. Oh, I have paint mask on. This one. That one. I can just turn down the strength. You can actually paint it in and out That's awesome. Oh, super dupe. Super dupe. The dopest. And that's every single one of these freaking values. Nice. Freaking values. The circus of value. Okay. So we're going to do a little test character, I think. We'll go ahead and save copy. We'll call this um, uh, good spot. We're at a good spot with it, so we'll save it there. Again, it's so cool too because I can just I want to bake it. Oh, bakeable. Bakible. So powerful. We've even got that fluff or whatever component that is working there. What is that though? Oh, it's the unwrapped geometry I haven't unwrapped yet. What the heck is that? Go here to this, unwrap. Move it over here. This. Cool. So cool. And then I can always take my hair geo. We can scale it too. I need to make it fit better. And this is something I can use a vertex group. Or, oh, gosh, it's coming together. It's coming together. It's funny. So pleased. Okay. Oh, excuse me. May I ask you for advice? Absolutely. Oh, did I get rid of my baking? It should be saved. Mesh hair groom baker. That's what I want. It should grab the geometry. Just changing the amount, but it's pretty close to the original shape, which is the important part. A little bit of offset there. Wow. Subdivision? No. It's the duplication. It's messed up again. Okay. So we did not actually solve whatever is going on here. Maybe the scale's wrong. No. No. Okay. Might be weird, but it's possible to use this system for things like armpit hair. Just wondering. It should be any sort of hair. Anything you could rig and attach to an armature. It works just like mesh. So I work on more detailed stuff for the character, like horns, foot details, and stuff. I think I got general shape good also. Sure, want to work on. I would, I wouldn't feel that you need to finish everything right now. It is a class, so you're just ahead of the next assignment. If anything, I would just post in the chat for feedback or something like that. Just like, hey, what do things look like right now? My duplicate. Why is the duplicate so weird? Just keeps misbehaving. Okay, but it's not me. It's the other stuff. Okay, that's good. That's what I want to hear. It's not me. It's the other tool. I see. So tip roundness. Oh, I see. So it makes it a little offset, but then it pushes it past the margin, which then deletes that point. Okay. And if I wanted to make these be a little bit less susceptible to getting cut off like that, I can always turn up the count. Be like, oh, these are flipped. I can just turn it up. And that way we get a lot more detail. Things are a little bit closer to exactly what we want. Nice. Okay. Look at that. Look, fucking awesome. Oh, good. That's not very good, but interesting. Why is it adjusting it there? Oh, because initially it would have just deleted that chunk. Okay, but that's in the margins. That's outside our UV square. Okay. Hair geo. Where is hair geo? There it is. Yeah, it's in the margin. Okay. We can just increase that. And that way it would ensure that all this extra geometry and stuff is good. Very good. I'll ask if the general shape can be approved or stuff like that. Okay, thanks. Then I may work on something else today. Sounds good. All right, if your Abby's free. I do have a few free characters on my Gumroad. Which I think is listed below. There's a lot of free assets there as well. All right. Loose Lane is free. There's a few other ones. Maybe just that one. I got one free avatar. I need to put her in a world so people can just access her. May want to redo the radius. Or at least have a node for that option so that this can be avoided. Then I can scale here, but I would really prefer to I can't scale curves that way though. Unless I separated each one by its mesh island and then scaled the bounding box, that could work. Because that way it'll retain the shape better. When I squish it this way, it works. I mean, that mostly works. It works pretty well. Yeah. 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 Good stuff. Cool. Okay. I think let's pick a haircut to make, and we're gonna make that haircut. Um, we'll start by making a. Why does it bend like that? I don't like that. Why? All right. So we'll start by kind of recreating our little setup here. I want to make like a little template thing. So I'll take this, invert, and delete. And I'm going to get rid of my constraint system here. And 0.660, 10. All right. Got our thing. Dissolve the verts. Add a bunch of cuts. Like so. Now we got a nice little hair strand. Okay. And we'll turn it into a hair card. That. All right. This is going to be kind of our default clone. And excuse me. Oh. Oh. It should be more than turned off. It should actually just be removed. I'm not using it. Okay. Delete this collection. All this baking camera. I'll go to layout. Um, I'm going to go to our base template character really quick. Our body template. I'm going to take the face here. Duplicate and separate. Copy that. Go back to here. Paste it. Paste it. Invert and delete. I don't need anything other than a head for these examples we're going to make. I'll do something like that. All right. Now we'll do A little quick Einstein. Right? Feels fitting. Like a classic, memorable dude with a very memorable haircut. That's that photo. That's so scary. One looks more iconic. I guess we'll go with this goofy statue one, just because it feels a little bit more stylized. All right. Could you recreate stylized hair KDA models with this system? Any hair you can model. Again, it'll kind of come down to your ability to make shaders. Serafina. I mean, yes and no. You could make a hairstyle in this place, but this is not hair strands. These are not hair strands here. Like, these are hair strands. This, you could make something that looks like this. But like, if you're looking to match this type of model style exactly, this is not a strand-based system. This is low poly modeling. So these are just tubes that are painted tubes. Yeah, like this is meant to be a strand system. So yeah, this kind of stuff, yes. This kind of stuff, not quite, because these are like fused shapes, or more like Overwatch, you know, where it's like a big clump of hair that's not actually hair. More like a much more of an object than it is a thing. She's my fave. Hello, Ariso. How's my favorite artist doing? We're doing well. We're doing well. We made a. This is something I've been working on the past month off stream, but I've made a hair system. I'll call this Einstein. Well, but I've made a really fun hair system. So behind the body here. So we can take the hair geo and move it around. And it's all physics. It's because I'm grabbing it directly, it's a little bit laggy. But we made a system so you can make hair cards, just model them directly, and make hair grooms. So that's what we're working on right now. Looking at my previous 3D models, literally the first version of my avatar, my OC, and really I feel so humbled and inspired by myself. I have come a long way. Good, good. That is a big part of the fun. Just looking back, being like, I've made it on some level. I've made a lot of progress. In fact, I'm going to do File, Save As. We're going to go up into my products folder, and we're going to make a let's call this mesh hair. And here, Blender. Save that in here. I need to ask you, can people give ratings to Gumroad products even if they haven't bought it yet? I don't think so. They shouldn't be able to. No, I'm pretty sure you have to download it in order to rate it. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I looked at that photo, Popstar. All right, we're gonna do a little quick sculptorino here. In Booth, it is possible. Interesting. I don't know why that would be. I wouldn't worry too much. Like, you can't control ratings. I would just do what you can. You know, kind of is what it is with the ratings. Apply the mirror. Get rid of the subdivision. Apply a multi-resolution. Subdivide, subdivide, subdivide. Triple sub. And like back to my product folder. And we'll do reference. Here. Drag this guy in, drag him in here. I feel like that's a given, right? To use Einstein as a hair example. So I thought was potential sales, just people liking products. I have 33 likes my products, but not sales. But it is not discouraging in any way, shape, or form. When I was seeing an old stuff, I remember it took me 6 months to get my first commission in Fiverr. Generally for sales, it's like there's a lot of ratios when it comes to selling products. Like for every 100 likes, you might get one sale. Somewhere between for every 1,000 or every 100 likes, you get one sale. And it's usually for every 1,000 views, like 1,000 people going to your page to view it, you get one sale. Which gives you a good idea on how big a net you need to cast. You're like, I need to get these many views in order to get this many sales. E equals MC squared. We're not going to get too crazy with this sculpt, but it'd be nice to have something that kind of looks like Einstein. Kind of looks like him. I mean, with a good inspiration like you, I'm confident success is just a matter of time. Thank you. I'm sure it is. As long as you're staying motivated and healthy and putting in the time, you'll definitely get there. A lot of business is just a game of patience. Avoiding despair. Switch to, I don't want to see the face sets. That nose got messed up. I was looking at my Fiverr profile to think that I achieved level 1 seller with a streak of almost 20 5-star commissions. Same given how many delusional people are on Fiverr. The classic, I wouldn't add you with 1,000 things, but my budget is $15. Yeah, a lot of, I don't miss that. I do not miss that. That is definitely a big part of starting out. A lot of working with people is just managing expectations if they're new to the space or don't know too much about it. Do you ever work taking commissions in Fiverr? I got like one or two. I had a lot more success sticking to like finding communities, like a DeviantArt or something like that. I always felt like that there was a little bit more. Not only was there more work there in and for me at least for doing illustration and like stuff like that. I also felt like it was the kind of work I wanted to be doing. So it was much more the kind of work I wanted to be doing. Because I think the problem with Fiverr is like you end up doing a lot of very different things. That's not necessarily the problem, but you want to specialize or like you're trying to move just one direction. It gets a little tricky because you're just having to jump through so many different hoops all the time. Did you do any VRC traders? Yes, definitely. When I realized VRC, the VR chat community was going to be a big one, I just, that's what I would recommend for everyone as well, because they have a verification. You know, it gives it a sense of structure. If you're just starting out, you need some sort of institution to kind of give you validity. Um, yeah, VRC traders is great. Definitely, that's where I've gotten the vast majority of my work, of my commissions. The mouth looks really weird. Go into edit mode. First, let's apply the base. Here. Maybe one day I'll try again. Any suggestions? I was there, but let's say that I took commission, didn't have the level 4, and the client ended up ghosting me. But me personally, I understand. I didn't have the skill back then. Now I'm more confident and have find me a portfolio that I still need to organize one day. The bane of making a bunch of art. Making the portfolio sometimes more work. I relate to that. I definitely think that you want to do right by your clients, but it is definitely a struggle of like figuring out what kind of work you can do, that you want to do. I still very firmly believe that if you're going to get into art, a lot of the times it is better to just have a really nice, like simple day job. Work part-time at like a coffee shop or something. Not full-time, just part-time. So you still have time to invest in learning. Still do commissions, but if you just jump straight into only commissions and you don't have the skills yet, you usually end up working for like a wage that would be illegal in most countries. It would actually be illegal in most countries. And by that I mean you're basically working for pennies, and starving. So just gotta be careful. Gotta balance out what you want versus what you can do versus what people will pay you for. That being said, I really didn't take any of that advice when I was first getting into this. Just know it's a struggle. You just try to jump straight in. Okay, I shouldn't be putting too much time into this. Just supposed to be the general shape of his face. Then we'll do something off of that. We'll say body, bust, busty. There. Einstein. So what would you suggest for me specifically? And what would you suggest for someone new, specifically for taking commissions in VRC traders? Get visible, get seen. Like, you want to be doing work that gets in front of people. Work on stuff that I think you kind of have to focus on your interests to start with. Like, your goal is to just make better and better work. If you get commissions along the way, awesome. You have to make sure they're worth your time. Like, literally, you don't want to be starving yourself. And you don't want to be burning yourself out either. Like, if you want to get to the end of this journey, you got to make sure it does not look like it, but be close enough once we get the mustache and stuff in there. Put this right up here. Sorry, getting distracted. Oh, what? Collision. Your goal starting out is to make the best possible habits. Like if you're just starting out, okay, it depends on what you mean for just specifically for taking commissions. Okay, I was going to start in a more general sense, but specifically for getting commissions, stream, have evidence that you can do what you say you do. Like, it shouldn't just be your portfolio. It shouldn't just be you contacting people. Like, for me, streaming was a huge part of me getting work because people could get a hold of me. They knew I actually existed. Like, I don't think you necessarily need to be on camera like I am, if that's something that worries you, or a lot of people don't like doing that, which is understandable. I'm not here to poo-poo that. So be very visible. Like, you want to be able to prove you exist. You can't just say that you do that kind of work. You have to actually be able to show it. Not just through your portfolio, but like time lapses would be good, streams would be good. Um, uh, Getting involved in the community so people know you would be good. Um, or do you think of time lapses? I think that'd be good. And just remember, like, it's a good idea. I don't know if I'll do streaming. You don't have to be on camera. You don't have to be on camera, right? Like, I mean, another great way to showcase your work, VTubers. Like, if you have a VTuber, you don't have to be yourself. You can be your VTuber. That's a great way to do it, because then you're kind of doing a 2-for-1, right? You're showing you can do what you do, and you're literally showcasing your work at the same time. um, but I think that's kind of a good way to go. Um, huh. All right, I have to go to. Here, like that. Best friend is literally a VTuber, and I made his avatar. In fact, people ask me about his avatar, and he always mentions me. Well, good. Word of mouth is definitely a good way to get out there. I'll be back. Need to organize my room. This sounds good. Actually, why am I doing it this way? I could cheat. I can cheat. I'm going to do this. And we're just going to straight up work directly on his face. Hello, Snarden. Welcome. Welcome. I been working on my custom hair groom system. Fancy pants. Are you ready? I'm gonna blow your mind a little bit. I don't have it all set up anymore, but so it's instead of using hair curves, you can use meshes, which is the whole point. So you can move meshes with physics and stuff. Oh, well, thank you, Popstar. You can also set it into a UV position, as long as frame 1, or where'd it go? Where'd it go? Say that, but now it's disappearing on me. Why is it disappearing on me? It's way down here. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, duh. It's because this clump of hair is not unwrapped. and it's also nasty. What's going on in here? Here's shampoo. All right, right now I have it set to geometry nodes. Perfect. Then I can do view project from view. Then I can turn on the UV position. Yes, yes. Perfect. Vert. Remove. Assign. Vert. Okay. And I should be able to see it. Well, it was working a second ago. Now I'm not sure what's going on. Geonodes to unwrap on there. Yes, yes. Oh, that'd do it. Sign. Sign. Man. Position. Am I hiding something or am I? Oh, there we go. I was in the zoomed view. There we go. Okay. Yeah, now I can snap it. Got a nice little UV position set up. Hello, bro. Welcome. Welcome. And we can bake it when we need to. Boom. Easy peasy. You can even do cylinders. It's all automatic. It's all fizzboned or physicsed. Pretty cool stuff. And right now we're doing a test to set up Einstein here and get his hair system working. Hello, Brett. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We'll be ending the stream in just a little bit, but for the morning session. Yeah, we're working hard to get this looking good. Physics, as in simulation node, physics in the physics panel. No nodes physics. That'd be outside my abilities. That is for sure. Well, thank you. Yeah, I think I'll be selling this, getting it out there. I think the viewport display on the hair is still. Yeah. All right. but I'm gonna be using the heck out of this for my own projects. I just got so tired of working with hair grooms, and I want more detailed hair in my projects. Just really awful to work with the standard hair groom system. Sad advice, by the way, I won't be teaching Blender next year. I had too many dev classes, and a senior colleague is going to grab that class instead. Oh, well, we'll get you on the. You should look at some site online to teach Blender and stuff. Get the name of it. I'm gonna separate this one for right now. Add in a. Oh man, if I did a collection instead of a. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that right now. If I did a collection instead of an object here, we go to GeoNodes. That would make it a little more useful. Yeah. Collection info relative. And here we go to hair geometry, make it a collection. Can I take the curve out of here? There we go. Okay. Very cool. Gonna head off, have a quick nap. Gonna have a quick nap before grabbing pizza. Have a nice rest of your day, all. Sounds good, Arctic. We'll catch you later. Thanks for coming by. Have a great rest of your day. This work hair will made a big chunks like polygon hair, right? Yeah, if you had cylinders, that'd work. Just kind of what I was doing before, if that's what you're asking. Oh, all right, coming together. Coming together. And we go ahead and hit it with one of those duplicate nodes. A little bit of clump. Let's turn this down. For now, every time I think that's how I do hair, I never use the method again. I had this lattice set up with a mesh for hair for a while back. Fun, useful, too much effort to set up making hair again. Well, hairy. Well, hopefully this this will be a simpler solution. Well, hello, Ray. Welcome. I was thinking of making a melodica asset that actually works using OSC and some relays, microcontroller chip with Wi-Fi module. I could mod my melodica IRL to make it work with the one in game with OSC. That'd be charming. I like that. I might have missed it when you showed me around in the new GeoNodes crib. There are those curves generated on the object surface. Yeah, so it's all the mesh that's driving it. Sorry, they're not. The geometry itself is just referenced. It's not. There's no modifier for it on the mesh. It's still getting generated by a hair object. Scary. Scary. Good stuff. No, thank you. Make a new one. We'll call this Einstein mustache. It's going to be a slightly different vibe. We'll take this one. Actually, no, we'll take this one. And we'll add a mirror. And we'll make in it another curve. And we'll move that curve out here. And then we'll add to it a GeoNode V8 and drop in the mustache. Oh. And on this one, get rid of the subdiv. Maybe turn down the strand amount. Right about there, we'll add a duplicate. Turn down that radius there, and then a multiple radiuses. And then add a frizz. Right about there, so that's kind of close. Let's turn off merge. Also, while I'm rambling, I'm not happy to be left out with the Blender classes, but I'm afraid I take the kids in class on a field trip to the Geo Jungle way too fast. Well, they probably focus on make cube, attach cube to bone kind of thing. The temptation is too strong. There we go. I think it's looking pretty good so far. Debating on buying a spare battery for my Bobo VR. Your Albert Einstein mustache is better, has better mustachio than me already. And never in my life thought I would say a sentence like that again. Oh, it's noon already. Day is flying by. I should give him little eyebrows too, eventually. I'm gonna make these unselectable. Cool. I think that actually does look pretty darn good. Sometimes I'm sitting here like, oh, am I going the right direction? Feels good. And it's already so much better than a hair broom. It's still stunning to me that it's like, hey, we built up all these workflows that use 3D modeling. But you know what? Hair grooms don't use that. So, yeah. Why is this the way we do this? Oh my god. Who put these people in charge? What is a Bobo VR, by the way? I have no idea what that is. Places the head strap on your Quest 3. Okay, heck yeah. Probably need to get one of those myself. I feel like the curve is too strong. The taper on it, it's way too strong. It needs to be little bit more even the whole length. Oh, I need to go lunch. I'm gonna do this all day. And I will. But I need to go eat. Do it since I bought my Binbach VR head strap, never again had to worry about charging my headset when I use it. It has a 10,000 mAh battery that magnetically attaches so you can go wireless longer. That's dope. A lot more like Einstein now. All right, good stuff. Got the docking charge. Okay, we're going to continue this a little bit later. I need to go on lunch. Um, More to do, but I think we're proving it out, making it easy to make changes. That's the whole point. The whole point. I'm dropping this on. Oh, I can't see. That'll be here tomorrow. Battery sometime early July. Oh, crazy. gonna go eat happy bunny and happy lunch for a bit. Thank you, Snardom. Thank you. Enjoy your break, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it here too. You should do a test on polygon hair, like hair with big strands when you get back. We'll see how that goes. But thank you all for hanging out this morning. I hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you all for hanging out. And I will catch you very, very soon. I'll be back in 2 hours for anyone that's new to the stream. I'm just taking lunch, getting some food in my tummy, getting my exercise in, and I'll be back for a lot more very soon because we're getting close to finishing this. At least getting it out. But enjoy your day. Talk to you all very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.